If you think Cable had the short end of the stick, wait till you hear about his brother, Stryfe, okay? He's not actually his brother. He's nothing like Cable. He's disturbed, Adrian, but he's not down with the sickness. He don't have the disease. When Mother Askani took this baby into the future,
Cable,
she was like, you know what? I don't know if this motherfucker is going to make it. So let's clone his ass. She made an exact clone of Nathan Summers.
Okay.
And that clone ends up becoming Strife. The clone has everything Nathan has except for the techno-organic virus. All right. Apocalypse. Of course, he catches wind of this. He didn't know she cloned him. He just knew she had the baby.
Okay.
He snatches up this baby. He thinks he captured the child of Cyclops and Madeline Pryor. It's actually the fucking clone. He names the boy Strife. He raises him. He encourages him to be arrogant, cruel. He raised him as a spoiled brat. He raised him to be his successor. Raised him to be the heir of Apocalypse, okay? But it wasn't out of like fatherly love, dude. The reason he did this, Apocalypse's celestial armor was slowly burning his body out. He's ancient, dude. He's been around forever, right? So his idea was, wait a
minute. Was he grooming him to take over his body?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. Oh yeah, it gets fucked up, dude.
Damn.
He's looking at it like, but my body's fucked up. Let me raise this amazing mutant, this omega level, crazy powerful ass kid, and then I'm gonna take over his body because my body's breaking down because of how old it is and because of the use of this celestial armor. So here's what happened. He gets to the point where he's gonna transfer his consciousness. There's this whole ritual. This is stuff like we've seen in the shitty ass X-Men movie, right? He attempts to transfer his consciousness directly into his body forcefully, okay? It's agonizing. It's a telekinetic process. And in that moment, Apocalypse discovers the truth. He's just a clone. He ain't the real thing. So his DNA, because he was a clone, it was defective, okay? It was unfit to permanently house Apocalypse's cosmic essence, if you will, his consciousness.
Okay.
So he realizes this dude's a piece of shit. He's this backup plan, he's garbage, right? And Strife realizes that. Like, wait a minute. Because this whole time growing up, Strife thought he was Nathan Summers.
Right.
He didn't know he was a clone.
Damn.
So not only do you got, Apocalypse doing this shit, you got Mother Askani here fucking creating a clone and not telling nobody. Bro, basically, if you're related to the Summers, you're going to get fucked in one way or another, and not the good way. He realizes that he's just the backup plan to this adopted father. I'm just being used here. So he fought back telekinetically against this intrusion that Apocalypse was, he's trying to get up in him, dude. No diddy. And he escaped this ritual, okay? Cable and Strife, they have the exact same genetic blueprint, but because Cable is using those telekinetic abilities to hold off that virus, he doesn't get to see the full extent of his powers. He doesn't get to use them. So Strife is omega level mutant. He has telekinetic abilities. He has telepathic abilities. Strife has no restrictions, dude. 100% of his unrestrained fucking power is available at all times. His telepathic ability has been stated to be far beyond people like Psylocke, for example. Psylocke's amazing.
Yeah.
His shit's more powerful than hers. He can block superhuman powers of both Cyclops and Jean at the same time. He can dismantle entire space stations with his mind. So he's got all that. Then he wears this bladed armor to mock Apocalypse because Apocalypse has this obsession with the celestial hardware and shit. You ever see Strife what he wear? It looks like almost like a samurai outfit, but it's like blades and shit. It does give him crazy protection though from physical and psionic attacks. So he's basically invincible to almost any mutant out there because he has the mental ability to block their attacks because of how powerful he is there. And now he's wearing this highly advanced suit of bladed armor. It's just like, it's kind of gratuitous, dude. He does go down the dark side, though. This failed ritual of Apocalypse trying to take over his body, it as we say all the time, it shattered his mind, Adrian. It fucked him all up, right?
Of course.
He felt betrayed by him, and he felt abandoned by his real parents in his mind, Cyclops and Jean, because he's also going kind of like Cable, like, bro, you didn't come fucking check on me? Because he's thinking he's their real kid. So here's what he did. He has this big old temper tantrum, and what he gets out of it is, you know what? I am going to get vengeance on everyone who was involved in my creation. So he travels back in time, and he orchestrated a masterpiece, Adrian. Here's what he did. Traveled back to the 20th century. He founded the Mutant Liberation Front, this radical terrorist group. We've seen them in comics and shit. He founded them. And there's a comic, the Executioner song. Because he's Cable's clone, he looks just like Cable. So what he did was he took off his helmet, he impersonated his brother, he crashed a peace rally and shot Charles Xavier in the head publicly in front of everyone. He didn't use a sniper rifle. He used a specialized bullet that was infused with the techno-organic virus. This thing's like mutant COVID and shit. Like,
Right.
you know, like, so the same thing that Apocalypse infected the original Nathan with, he returns the favor to Xavier, shoots him with that. And now, you know, Chucky Boy's got a few hours to live. So they're like, who's going to get the blanket? What are we doing? You know, who takes that? But here's the thing. The whole world, they think Cable was the shooter.
Right.
Here's the thing. Cable was the mutant where his prophecy was to destroy Apocalypse. He was the mutant who was strong enough to destroy Apocalypse, and Apocalypse made sure that he wasn't by giving him the virus. Well, Strife is definitely strong enough to kill Apocalypse or defeat him. Strife tracks down Apocalypse, and dude, he beats his ass. Easily beats him in physical combat. Left him beaten, humiliated, almost dying, and he actually stole his army, the Dark Riders. So came in, beat his ass, took his army. Cool. Then Apocalypse approaches the X-Men. He realizes that Strife is a mutual threat. He destroyed their lives with what he did to Xavier, and he's fucking just beat my ass and stole my army.
Right.
And here's the kicker, though. Why do they need Apocalypse? Apocalypse is the only being who understands the techno-organic virus because he's the one that fucking created it. Or I don't know if he created it, but he's the one that introduced it to, you know, Nathan. So he strikes a deal with them. He uses his technology to cure Xavier of the infection so that the X-Men will help him take down his little rebellious adopted bitch-ass son. And it gets a little more dramatic. So the climax of this, before that happens, Strife goes and he takes out his aggression against the Summers family. He kidnaps Cyclops and Jean Grey. He locks them in torture chambers on Apocalypse's old moon base. So bounced off the earth. He's up in the moon. He's got them in these torture chambers. Spends days agonizing them emotionally. He's playing that role of I'm the neglected child, and he's violently demanding to know, why the fuck did you abandon me and leave me with this monster? Now he's got Cyclops and Jean locked up and torturing them.
Did he ever, I mean, they never said, hey, we don't even know who the fuck you are.
He don't give a fuck. Yeah.
You're a clone. We didn't even know you existed in the future.
Nope.
Damn.
Here's what fixed everything, though. Cable actually catches up to Strife on the moon.
No.
Yeah, they said this. Martha. Yeah, why did they do that? You have a mom. It's my mom. Oh, my God. We don't need to fight. Nope. Cable caught up to Strife on the moon. And at that point, the X-Men realized that Cable was innocent. So the real war was between these two, you know, Cable and his fucking defective clone. So they get into this big ass battle, this physical, this telekinetic brawl, but Cable realizes he ain't gonna overpower him. So Cable grabs the clone and he intentionally detonates a temporal device, which what it does is it violently sucks both of them into a time vortex. So he turns on this device, sucks him and his brother, no Diddy, into this time vortex. It appears like he kills both of them. So think about Cyclops here. He had to give his son up one time. And then he thinks his son is the one who shot Xavier. So he's going after him, being tortured by him. Then he realizes that ain't really my son. Oh shit, Cable's back. He's there for like 5 minutes. They fight. He turns his device on and he watches him die again. Damn. Someone get him a Father's Day present or something. Shit, you know? So Strife loses the fight, dude. But here's the thing. He won the war from the grave. How did he do that? Before the moon battle, Strife made a deal with Mr. Sinister. All the usual suspects here, right?
Of course.
He gave him this canister, and he told him that this canister held the Summers genetic matrix in there. Because we know, Sinister's obsessed with them, fascinated with their DNA. So, bro, he's like, here's the whole family's genetic matrix. Guess what? Sinister opened it. There's no fucking DNA in there. It was something we talked about in the Beast deep dive, the legacy virus. It was an artificial extinction level pandemic that specifically targeted and painfully killed mutants. So he cemented his legacy as this master bioterrorist whose job was to just punish the world that made him. That he's out for revenge.
Damn.
What a fucking family picture here. Like, holy shit. Imagine their family reunion.
Wow.
So that's, for all you that asked, that's who the fuck Stryfe is.